Hey, and welcome back to Measure Discretion. I'm Alexis Ambitious, and you have returned so that we could talk about part three. Now, part one was about what we're seeing, part two was about how we got here. Now, part three is about what happens next. Because knowing something and doing something are not the same thing. And this is where responsibility comes in. Redefining standards doesn't mean that women gotta shrink. It means we gotta get clearer. Somewhere along the way, power got confused with doing everything by yourself. And I'm just gonna say it. Independence without support isn't empowerment. It's isolation. Real power is being able to sustain yourself without burning yourself out, being able to be present, and just having a level of discernment. And also having people as power. So let me say this part real slow. Women are not failing at balance. Balance is failing women. You can't keep handing women every responsibility under the sun and then be surprised when we're tired. Women are overwhelmed and men are underperforming. And that didn't come out of nowhere. Roles got blurry, expectations got unclear, standards got inconsistent. So everybody is frustrated, but nobody wants to talk about why. So, yeah, accountability matters, but not just on a personal level. Accountability matters where power exists. And culture has power, music has power, entertainment has power. And we got to stop acting like it doesn't. Now, listen, I know a lot of these artists are just talking about what they lived, what they saw, what they survived. That part makes sense. What doesn't sit right is the system that takes that pain and pushes it on repeat because it sells. Because let's be real, you don't see other communities out here getting celebrated for killing their own people or reducing their women to nothing. And no, this is not about censoring anybody. This is about responsibility. If what you create shapes behavior, you don't get to act like you don't have any impact. And this is where parenting comes in. Because charity really starts at home. Entertainment is only entertainment when somebody explains that to kids. Kids don't automatically know the difference. Somebody has to say, that's a song, not instruction. Listen, I saw it for my own self. My 8-year old, this Christmas, was singing a Christmas song as we're riding in the car, and he slid right into some violent lyrics. And I asked him, where'd you hear that from? He said, my 17-year-old. He listens to that music. But my 17-year-old knows the difference because it was taught to him. He's aware that entertainment, music is just entertainment. A lot of kids never get that taught. So when households are stressed, culture steps in and raises the kids. And then there's survival mode. Some of these artists are really just trying to escape. They responded to what pays because when it pays, people pay attention. But money doesn't cancel consequences. That's why you can watch somebody get rich and still move the same. Money didn't change them, it just exposed them to their self. And now look at where we are. It used to be songs about people dying. Now it's the artists dying. That should scare everybody. Jail, death, instability. Children spread across households with money, but no presence. That isn't growth. That's the same mess with a bigger budget. Then social media turned the volume up. Fighting goes viral, chaos goes viral, dysfunction gets rewarded. Healing doesn't trend. We're watching people spiral in real time. That's not a healthy society. That's a sick one. A society that pushes pain, sells distraction, and when people can cope, hands them pills. No, I'm not saying everything is doomed. People still want love. People still want family. People still want stability. Marriage looks cute online right now. But here's the real question. Why are so many relationships not lasting? Because the wedding gets content, the marriage gets quiet. And when the cameras are off, you still got to know how to talk, how to regulate, how to be consistent, how to repair, how to communicate. A ring doesn't fix dysfunction. Commitment without emotional maturity is just performance. So, this is why part three is about alignment. Alignment is when how you live matches what you say you value. It's when you stop letting algorithms raise your household. It's when you stop letting music and media set your standards. It's when you decide, I'm not just surviving anymore, I'm trying to stabilize. Because if we keep going like this, our kids are inheriting a disconnected world. Everything loud, nothing deep, drama over connection, consumption over community. That is not evolution. That's erosion. Alignment isn't trendy, it's necessary. So, as women, we have got to start choosing different for ourselves, for our kids, for the ones watching us right now. Only way it gets easier is if we make it. If this video resonated with you, be sure to hit subscribe and stick around for our next conversation.